This is Travel Bang back again. Welcome to the jungle. We got fun and games. This is Fritz Edelweiss here doing it once again. Want to get into this video. And yes, the last video we talked about how the hookup culture is dead. You know, that era, the hookup culture, when you could go on dating apps and literally there'd be half of the percentile women. They lit 50% of the women wanted to meet up with the sole intent of just meeting up to get busy, to knock boots, to do the naked watusi, to do the shebang bang. That is it. I should know. I remember that years ago when the hookup culture was alive and thriving. And we discussed how after the COVID shitstorm, after the lockdown, when everybody started going back out, some really bizarre things started happening slowly by slowly. You look on the dating apps, what does it say? Most women are not there for anything casual. The majority of them seem to be looking for Mr. Right and not Mr. Right now. They all seem to reading off the same sheet of music. They're not here to play games. They don't want nothing casual. Don't waste their time. And they're not here for hookups. Yes, I've been reading the same BS just like you. Okay, so I had a gentleman ask me, like, hey, he told me I'm not gonna go out and do cold approach pickup. I don't have time in the day to constantly do that. And the gentleman had told me, for those of men that are on the dating apps, when they're running into this, how can they combat that? What they're reading? How do they combat that? And the reality is this. I want to tell all men, always try to remain mode 1. Be direct and honest what your intents, meaning your intentions are. Do not tell the woman just what she wants to hear. Trust me, it can get really ugly, it can get really bad. You don't understand how many people in general, not just women, how many people are out there on planet Earth who are emotionally, mentally unstable and are capable of horrible, bad things. That's why you should be honest, okay? Now that that's said, I will tell you a jewel, a caveat that will work to help you maneuver through, a strategy that will help you maneuver through this newfound digital era where every woman claims that she wants a long-term relationship. When you are out with one of those women, eating dinner, having a drink, doing whatever meet and greet thing that you're doing with her, and she brings that up, or maybe I like to bring it up honestly beforehand. I don't wait, I just say it. What are you looking for? She will say the same thing that she said on her profile. She wants a long-term relationship. She wants something serious. She's not here to play games. She doesn't want casual sex, right? All that. And then she will ask, well, what about you? And then you say, this is what I usually say. You're going to say, well, that sounds beautiful, but I will need you to inspire me to want to have the same. Do you understand that? You're basically saying, hey, word it the way you need to. I am looking, also, we're all looking for companionship. We're all looking for a deeper connection, intimate connection with another person and a relationship. But I will only do that if I'm deeply inspired. If I'm deeply inspired to enter such a situation, such a relationship. You know what I mean? I'm not saying no, I'm not saying yes, but I have to be inspired to engage in this type of relationship. It's something that doesn't happen overnight, and I need to vet who you are, or any woman in general. I need to vet them to make sure they are not crazy, that they're not bipolar, or have borderline personality disorder, or if they're not a mental depressant. If you don't know what that is, that's a person who's depressed all the time. All the time. You know what I mean? Every day is doom and gloom. Okay? So this is the only way you can combat that. You know what I mean? And usually, here's a little caveat as well. A lot of the women who are writing this crap on the dating apps don't even mean it themselves. Because I tell you what, the first dude they find attractive that goes on a date with them, that's all in their grill talking about, I'm gonna love you, I'm gonna hold you, and I'm gonna make you mine, and I love you, and we're gonna be boyfriend and girlfriend, talking all that soy boy simp stuff. As soon as a lot of those women hear that coming out of a man's mouth, you know what they do? They run for the hills. You know that song by Iron Maiden? Run for the hills. They're going to be running for the hills. It's a turnoff. The majority of women find that to be a turnoff. We all kind of find that to be a turnoff because we all want that which we have to earn. It doesn't come easy. Anything given to you easy, or a lot of times things that are given to you for free, you don't value it. Now, I'm a little different. I'll value something awesome for free. You know what I mean? But the majority of humans don't, psychologically, that's not how it works. They only value something that doesn't come easy, that isn't free, that isn't given with, and that's the reality of it, okay? That's the only way you can, combat that. And to remain mysterious. Another tidbit of advice, and I made this mistake often. Don't turn the first date into a chillathon, okay? Do introductory meet and greets, which last maybe 2, maybe 3 hours the most. That's precedent, and that's it. Do not do chillathons. Do not meet her up for dinner at 7 or 8 and then let dinner end and then be coerced, be talked into, you want to go to the club? You know what I mean? Don't do that. It's too much too soon, okay? It's too much too soon. And then all of a sudden you look back, it's 3 in the morning, you're going home. You didn't get anywhere. You didn't roll in the hay with her. Nothing really perspired, nothing really amazing happened, but you just spent quite a bit of money and put out 6 to 7 hours of entertaining somebody that you don't even know if you're really into at all. That's why you do the introduction, meet and greet, right? So that way you can go later to the crib or go hang out with your boys and you can marinate on it, think about it, you know what I mean? To kind of make up your mind if she's even worth the time or day to hang around, because that's time, energy, and money, okay? And even if you have a lot of money, if you're one of those guys who have unlimited funds, it doesn't matter. Time, energy, and money. Not every woman out there is worth that. They're not, okay? Last thing I want to touch on, and this is I hate bringing this up because I don't want to sound like a pervert, but we all are into different things. Yes, we are. Times have changed. Not everybody, like back in the day, maybe in our parents' era or our grandparents' era, everybody was kind of into the same thing. We're all into different things, okay? We're all in the bedroom into different things. And this is also why the vetting process is so important, to get to know what the woman is into, what turns her on. And you should know thyself. Know thyself. What are you into? There are a lot of prudes out there, gentlemen. There are lots of prudes out there. Why do you think the adult film industry is almost $1 trillion industry? Why? Because the majority of people, newsflash, the majority of people are not really gifted. They don't have really any skills when it comes to lovemaking in the bedroom or doing the pop. Average man can only last barely 5 minutes. You know what I mean? And most women are boring, are starfish, are pillow princesses. They're prudes. They're not into exchanging spicy video clips with you of you doing something and she doing something and exchanging spicy video clips. Most women, believe it or not, they're not. All those guys online you hear running they motor mouths about, oh, there's so many women with high body counts and oh my God, this and that. Yeah, there is for them. You know why? Because those guys are hanging out at the strip club. They're not giving you context. They're not giving you the nuances of where they're going hanging at, and where you hang at will dictate the type of women that you're going to run into. Yeah, they're going to the strip club. Of course they're going to find women who are living that life. You know what I mean? But we're talking about, I won't say normies. We're talking about women that you run into every day, here, there, everywhere. You know what I mean? At the work, in the grocery store, in the gym, those. Most women are prudes. Most women, 30-year low. You can Google it. Most women are not as active in the bed as you think they are. Most single mothers, the most action they got is when those times they were getting busy to get prego, to get pregnant with the child or the children they have. And right after the dude disappeared or the dudes disappeared, the singular plural, after they disappeared, they stopped doing it. Some of them are like 3, 4, 5 years without seeing any action. No action. Last seen like Vietnam. So you have to understand not to believe the hype and to understand the context and make sure the nuances of the information being fed to you by all these other wannabe Mac Daddy gigolo players, all these pickup artists, matchmakers, all that. You don't know where they're getting the nuance. They're not giving you the nuances. I'm giving you the nuances. I'm telling you right now, make sure the woman, going back to what I was saying, make sure the woman is into what you're into. If you into BDSM, right? Whips and chains and crazy things, then you want a woman who's enjoying that. She's into that. You know what I'm saying? You know, if you want a woman with an edge, then get a woman with an edge. What do I mean by an edge? An edge is a woman who isn't, as I said, a prude and isn't innocent. You know what I mean? Isn't like, oh, you know, late 20s, 30s, 40s, still talking about, oh, I never did that before. She has no edge. A woman with no edge ain't gonna send you spicy photos, spicy video clips. A woman with no edge who's vanilla, okay, that's what they call it. When somebody just does the in and out, and the woman just does the normal thing in the bedroom, they call this vanilla. They call that vanilla sex. You understand? If the woman doesn't have an edge, she's not going to look at you and say, pull my hair, call me degrading names, spit on your Johnson and shove it in my rear end. She's not going to say that because she's prudish. She doesn't have an edge. She's into the vanilla. Okay, that's what they call it, vanilla. And so you have to know what you're into. Are you into the vanilla? You got to be honest with yourself. A lot of people are vanilla, and you got to know if you're into vanilla, you got to find a woman who's into the vanilla in the bedroom. If you into that triple double X, you know, double monkey backflips type of gonzo, you know, humping, then you need to find a woman that's into that too. You try to do that with a woman who's into the vanilla, she's gonna look at you like you're crazy. You're gonna be like, no, I'm not gonna do that. You understand? You need a woman who is into that. And now one thing I can say, I never complained about that about my ex-wife. Even so, we fought like cats and dogs. We didn't, you know, a lot of bad things happened between me and her. I can say that she was very gifted in that arena. It was outdoors. She wanted to do it everywhere. She invited her female friends into the bedroom. I mean, it was just crazy. It was like, what do you call that? Freak off? Is that what they called it? Is that what Diddy calls it? Freak off? Minus any other guys though. I was the only guy. So understand who you are, what you're into. And when you get to know a woman, you got to vet her. You got to find out, is she into, in the bedroom, in intimacy, sexual intimacy, is she into what you're into? Very important, because if you get in a long-term, a deeply bonded, committed relationship, and the woman isn't into what you're into, she's not into what you're into, whatever, it will mess up the relationship. It will. Trust me, it will. Be sure you find somebody whose value systems align with yours. And as well, the bedroom scene, you both complement each other in that arena as well. This has been another Travel Bang. I am Fritz Edelweiss. Please subscribe, press like, share with family, friends. And what do they say? Asombroso!
Take tight on and take it off. Oh, with it on. I'ma break you off. It's on. It's on. It's on. It's on. It's on.